I'm Dr. Steve Muskal. Here I have with me my daughter, Lili Muskal, MPH. Well, you put your initials next at the end of your name. I'm actually technically PhD, but I'm still a doc.
Yeah.
And I did a fair amount of work in artificial intelligence and biochemistry and molecular biology. My PhD's in chemistry. I'm an engineering background with computer science, and so I have a lot of these different fields, and I've just learned a lot over the years, but I continue to research, and I do a lot of these N of 1 experiments on myself, and this is one of the reasons I like to convey some of these things to others so they might learn from them. And my daughter, sitting across from me, Lili, also has had a scientific slant in her life, and she did a great, solid undergrad at a very prestigious Claremont McKenna, and learned a lot of business and networking, and then found her way into a pharmaceutical company after having done an internship there and worked there for several years, and then decided to go off and get another degree under her belt, and that was at the same alma mater as mine at Berkeley, and do a Master of Public Health. And so Lili Muskal, here's sitting across from me. Welcome.
Thank you. And yeah, I figured this podcast would be a great opportunity for us. We always have these kind of kitchen table conversations about health, kind of generational differences, everything from economics to business to health to AI, and why not broadcast one of them, and why not use your curiosity and expertise to have conversations with other people and bring insights to those that want to learn about healthcare, longevity, all these kind of things that are top of mind.
And so I started a little newsletter because you were the one who encouraged me, Lili, to do the podcast.
My friends.
Your friends.
My friends inspired me to encourage you to do a podcast, and took you some time to get on board, but
I wanted to start with written form first and kick that off, and because podcasts take a lot of time. I mean, I have a day job. You have a day job now, and so it's tough to do this. Some people do this stuff full time.
Yeah.
And then the question is, do people really want to listen to it? And I'm not trying to monetize it, but the way I look at it, and it's something I've said in my story. It's one of the newsletters I've written. I'm doing this as an opportunity to capture a lot of content that I spew out often, daily, and that just sometimes just goes in one ear and out the other for most people I talk with. But having it in a form where I could later embed it in an artificial intelligence one day, and this, I'm kind of curious your perspective on this, because people live in the AI world. A lot of them say this is creepy, but I don't. I would love to embed all the essence of everything I've studied and expressed and written and my whole world in an AI, so when I'm no longer here, my family, my children can ask questions of me, even though I'm not there. And is that creepy to you?
Yeah, it's funny that this is a generational differences podcast. You would think that's the Gen Z perspective, kind of being eager to create an AI version of yourself. A little bit creepy. I think I would be more hesitant because I don't know what's happening behind the scenes with some of these platforms, companies, softwares. But in theory, yes, it's cool, but a little creepy.
Well, so the privacy element is a big concern. And I think a lot of the technologies, they're starting to come down to the level of a desktop. I think it's called Rewind AI, that can take screen captures and audio of your computer and just basically capture everything. And then you can ask it questions. And even I'm distrustful of that, and I'm a guy who's like, hey, I've got all this cool home stuff.
You're submitting your blood records to ChatGPT, which I don't think anyone else.
Yeah, exactly. I think that the desktop compute is not yet there, but it will be. NVIDIA is going to, I think, get there, and others. But I think the privacy will be less of a concern as more people do it, because it's a matter of like needle in the haystack. Who's going to care that we've got literally hundreds of millions of people doing this stuff? I don't think people are going to get taken advantage of in the same way. I'm more worried about disinformation and manipulation and things like that. But I remember presenting my dad saying, I want to make an AI dad. And I never really thought, did that seem weird to him? I mean, because
what did he say?
He didn't say anything. He's very reserved with things like this. But I've had a lot of communications with him in email and just over the years, and there's so much knowledge he has that I can't even remember.
Yeah.
But I'd love to embed that in an AI, so when he's no longer with us, that I can ask questions.
Yeah. I mean, I guess arguably it's like a modern day book, like someone writing a memoir or an autobiography, if you think of it that way.
Yeah. I think a lot of people get hung up on the, that emotional bonding thing. You're like, and it's like, well, look, I'm near Asperger types, it's like, what emotional bond is there? There's not. It's like just the facts, ma'am. Where's the beef? Right.
Oh,
but I'm pulling all these 1980s things. Just the facts, ma'am, and where's the beef? You probably don't know what those are. Those are
no.
those are like commercials and TV shows. But no, it's that's why I'm not creeped out by it, but other people are.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be. AI's been already in our lives, and people haven't recognized it. But when you start to see things like the Apple Intelligence and others that become on your on your phone, that you just become reliant on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can you imagine people having to go to a typewriter and type out like letters? You're laughing, but it's like.
Yeah. No, I mean it sounds. I don't know, like a walk down memory lane. It could be a fun Saturday wine and paint activity.
Right, but that's the point. You've just become so reliant